pretty much every fantasy gamer out there needs more running backs on their roster. They need a good running back or two to really solidify their depth chart, if not even an RB1 to help their starting lineup. I got a running back here that is gaining steam right now and is on the cheap, and I'm talking about Travis Etienne. And I'm just going to give you the data here, and you can take what you want with it, because I think we're still in a spot where things are a little bit ambiguous. But these running backs who are cheap are guys getting workload who are not yet producing, which means you are taking a gamble on them, but they are a little bit cheaper. But when you look at his numbers lately, last week he outtouched James Robinson 13-12 and had 114 scrimmage yards. When you look at weeks 2 and 3, Robinson outsnapped him 80 snaps to 59. But in weeks 4 and 5, Etienne outsnapped James Robinson 64-52. So the volume's increasing. We're starting to see him being used more. Over the last 3 weeks, Etienne has had a 49% snap share versus James Robinson's 48.5% snap share. So they're about even split over the last 3 weeks. Etienne's had 31 rushing attempts versus Robinson's 35. Etienne's had 9 targets versus Robinson's 5. Etienne's had 28.1 fantasy points while averaging 9.4 PPR fantasy points per game. Robinson's been averaging 9.8 fantasy points per game and has 29.4 fantasy points in those 3 games. So things are getting pretty close between the two. In the beginning of the year, in the first couple of weeks, it looks like James Robinson was lights out. So the touches are increasing for Travis Etienne. That's a good thing, obviously. More workload, more opportunities, more chances to succeed. Also on the tape, which I will have another video here in the next day or so going over some of his runs from this week and all 22. So you're going to want to subscribe to see that. But Etienne's also looking better with good vision, good promise, good poise, good burst. A lot of good things is coming from him. He is starting to heat up. Will he catch fire on this? We don't know, but I'm at least going to give you this data and show you that Etienne is getting more workload now, and he's starting to compete with Robinson to be the lead dog in the backfield. One thing I want to note here, last 3 games, both running backs combined together, just 14 targets. That's a scary number considering we want our running backs to catch passes. So you may want to look at that like the running backs are not getting the volume in the passing game as of late, but that could change. I do like Etienne from his talent perspective where he's got that burst, where he can cut you off a long run on any given play. And then also, too, you got to count this as a rookie season since he missed last year due to that injury, and he's coming back from the injury. So he's got a rookie season plus rust. So he's probably getting tuned up slow right now. So we may not see him catch full stride till a few more weeks even. He may not be 100% with where he wants to be when it comes to his play. So he could only be getting better from here on out, but we really don't know. That's a speculation. The workload here is a speculation as well, but do you want to act on this? Do you want to make that trade for Travis Etienne? Because the talent's there. The talent doesn't always transition to fantasy production or being a good NFL player, but the talent is there. The workload's getting there. We could see him pop off. And for a cheap trade, you could just have him as an add-on in a bigger trade that you're trying to do. Just see if you can get Travis Etienne on the cheap right now. Because right now he's currently the RB36 with 44.9 fantasy points on the year. So he hasn't been productive enough where fantasy gamers are holding him up to a high standard right now. And the thing with that is a lot of people are talking him up right now on social media and on Twitter, which means the iron's getting hot. So if you do want to get in, and if you're interested in Travis Etienne, you better just submit some offers, kick the tires right now before it's too late. I think the value is getting more expensive by the day as people start looking over these workload numbers. People start writing articles on him. People start talking him on videos like I am. So you're going to want to look at Travis Etienne if you're interested. If you're not interested, at least you got to listen to some advanced metrics. Let me know in the comments why you're not. And I could also see these two feeding off each other, and one guy having a good game, one guy not, and then just going back and forth for the rest of the season as well. I think Etienne looks like he has potential to have some good games. It's just pinpointing the right matchup to put him in your lineup. That's probably going to be the question here. Something happens to Robinson, obviously, wheels up for Etienne. Something happens to Etienne, obviously, wheels up for Robinson. I like Robinson as a player. I love watching him run. I love having him on my teams. I also am interested in Travis Etienne, so I like them both. I am cool with having both on a lot of my rosters, but I'm in a ton of leagues, so I have a different portfolio than a lot of you guys out there. But let me know what you think about Travis Etienne right now. We're starting to see a volume boost, and is that something you're interested in? Make sure you hit the subscribe button on the way out. It's really going to help you out for the rest of the season when it comes to waiver wire pickups, trades, and everything else. I want to thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next vid.